Hey guys, this is Coach Eric here, and who I have squatting is Mike. He's a very advanced lifter, but we're actually not going to talk about the squat itself today. I want to talk on something really important. I'm just going to roll through the video while I talk. What we're going to talk about is actually what is not in front of Mike, which is a mirror, okay? And what we're going to discuss is the importance of not lifting in front of a mirror. Not only with the back squat, but the deadlift. Any big compound movement should not be done in front of a mirror. So let's just focus on the back squat, and I'll discuss the reasons why now. The full squat is one of the most useful exercises inside and outside of the weight room. It builds strength, mobility, balance, power, and size. It also recruits your full core, and the entire posterior chain works on all of the muscles that contribute to jumping, pulling, and pushing the lower body. If you're using a mirror during squat training, you'll not only limit your efficiency, but also you're going to hinder your progression and may even become injured. The reason why is because the human mind works in a funny way. You've got three different ways that you take feedback from. You have the transverse plane, the frontal plane, and the sagittal plane. When you're looking in a mirror, you are only looking straight ahead, okay? You're only getting feedback from that frontal plane. So the problem with that is the frontal plane is really poor about giving you information about your body position and balance. It is not the optimal angle to see what is going on with your lift because your forward and backward movement is extremely difficult to detect from this view. It's also hard to assess depth and the relation between the patellas, your kneecaps, and hips from this direction. To see depth better, the sagittal plane, which would be from the side, would be more helpful. However, if you're squatting and looking to the side at the same time, you're not only putting yourself at risk, it's just silly, all right? So ways you can correct this, obviously, without a mirror is you can grab an iPad or your smartphone and maybe record your squat at light weight to see what's going on and send it to a professional, or have a trainer watch you so you can make the cues needed to correct. But if you're looking at the mirror and trying to make the corrections as you're squatting from only taking feedback from that frontal plane, you're certainly not going to be giving yourself the most satisfying results, that's for sure. And you could also be making the wrong corrections. So also, reason number two, aside from the planes, why you shouldn't be squatting in front of a mirror. Sorry, I'll just keep rolling this video as we go through this. The mirrors diminish what we call kinesthetic awareness, also known as proprioception, okay? It's really important to be present during the lift. Sensory input is more responsive when you put more emphasis on how your body feels during the squat and not how it looks. Let me repeat that. Okay. Sensory input is more responsive when you put more emphasis on how your body feels during the squat and not how it looks. Okay? It's necessary for your body to sense how it is moving through space during the squat, and it is equally important for the body to feed this information back to the brain, a sensory skill known as kinesthetic sense or proprioception. Kinesthetic awareness has to be developed during squatting, or you'll never learn how to properly squat. And the mirrors are only going to do a disservice to you as you're trying to build that kinesthetic awareness. When you're paying attention to all the proprioceptive input that's being put into you while you're squatting by focusing on how things feel, the weight, the pressure, and balance over your balance point, and how your back is positioned, and the bar in your hands, and all that sensory stuff will be much richer than what it will be if you use a mirror. Using a mirror to visually gather this information will diminish your kinesthetic awareness. And lastly, and I could actually talk about this for hours, but lastly, mirrors can be distracting. And I always mention this when I'm coaching, that when you're lifting, whether it's lightweight or heavy weight, you always have to be present during the lift. You have to be present during the lift. So anything that's happening in the background of the lift could really be a distraction and take your neuromuscular focus off the lift and on the surroundings of what's going on behind you. So Pick a spot in front of you, focus on that spot. Do not use a mirror. If you're in a gym with mirrors, do your best to get into a spot without mirrors. Find a coach, record your videos. You can send it to me, Coach Eric, through Facebook, and I'd be happy to go through some visual cues of what's going on and what's not going on. So do your best, squat hard, and get away from that mirror.